Hello, everyone. Welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. When 1,000-Pound Sisters first premiered on TLC, no one could have imagined that Tammy Slaton would become one of reality television's most unforgettable figures. What began as a show about two Kentucky sisters trying to lose weight together transformed into a cultural phenomenon. And at the center of it all was Tammy. For years, she was the emotional heartbeat of the series. Raw, unpredictable, and painfully human. But after years of struggle, hospitalization, heartbreak, and redemption, everything has changed. Tammy Slaton has done what many thought was impossible. She lost over 400 pounds, rebuilt her health, and began to truly live for the first time. Fans watched her battle addiction, grief, and near-death experiences, only to emerge stronger, wiser, and more self-aware. Now, viewers are asking the same question. Should Tammy Slaton get her own spin-off show? If you followed her journey, the answer feels almost inevitable: yes. And not just because she's become a reality TV icon, but because her transformation has reshaped her identity, her relationships, and even the cultural meaning of 1,000-Pound Sisters itself. This is a deep dive into why Tammy Slaton deserves her own spin-off series, and how everything changed after her weight loss. From villain to victorious, Tammy's complete transformation. When 1,000-Pound Sisters debuted in 2020, Tammy Slaton was introduced as the more volatile of the two sisters. Where Amy Halterman, then Slaton, was playful and eager to start a family, Tammy was angry, defensive, and resistant to change. She often lashed out at her family and fans, frustrated by her own limitations and the pressure to lose weight. At her heaviest, Tammy weighed over 700 pounds. She relied on oxygen, a wheelchair, and constant care. Her health was failing, both physically and mentally. By season 3, she was hospitalized multiple times, placed in rehab, and even put on life support after a frightening health scare that left fans fearing for her life. But something changed. When Tammy entered rehab for the last time, viewers noticed a different tone in her voice. She seemed calmer, more accepting of the process. For the first time, she wasn't just saying she wanted to lose weight, she was doing it. Over the next year, Tammy lost hundreds of pounds through medical supervision, hard work, and finally, bariatric surgery. By season 5, she was walking without assistance, speaking confidently, and showing genuine gratitude. The woman who once cursed her caregivers was now thanking her supporters. Her face had softened, not just from weight loss, but from peace. She wasn't angry anymore, she was proud. And that's where her story really began to evolve. The rise of a reality TV survivor. In the world of reality TV, redemption arcs are rare. Many stars fall from grace and never recover. Tammy Slaton, however, became one of the few who managed to turn tragedy into triumph. Her evolution wasn't just physical, it was emotional and spiritual. The same woman who used to fight with her siblings over junk food was now encouraging others to seek help, to love themselves, and to never give up. She became a beacon of hope for people dealing with obesity, addiction, or body image struggles. What makes Tammy's transformation unique is that it was public. Millions of viewers watched her lowest moments, the tears, the temper, the heartbreak. And because she was so brutally honest, her success story feels personal to fans. In the social media era, Tammy has become something of a motivational figure. Her TikTok and Instagram videos are filled with positivity, humor, and confidence. She no longer hides behind filters or hospital walls. Instead, she dances, jokes, and shares real advice with her followers. For the first time, she's not just surviving, she's thriving. And that's exactly why a spin-off centered on her new life would be more than just entertainment. It would be inspiration. Why Tammy's story deserves its own spotlight. The truth is, 1,000-Pound Sisters was built on a shared story, two sisters facing similar but separate challenges. But over the seasons, Amy's focus shifted to motherhood, marriage, and her own family life. Meanwhile, Tammy's story became something far more intense, a battle for her life. Now, as Amy navigates parenting and personal changes, Tammy's journey has taken on a completely different direction. She's discovering independence for the first time in decades. She's learning to drive, to cook, to travel, to do all the things she once couldn't. A Tammy-focused spin-off could explore how she's rebuilding her life from scratch. Fans would get to see the day-to-day of her post-weight loss world, the challenges of adjusting to a new body, the joy of experiencing freedom, and the emotional process of rediscovering who she really is. Possible themes for her spin-off could include Tammy Unfiltered, exploring her new social life, relationships, and rediscovered hobbies. Living Free with Tammy Slaton, following her as she travels, meets fans, and continues advocating for body positivity. The Real Tammy, a deeper emotional journey, showcasing therapy sessions, self-reflection, and her plans for the future. The idea isn't just to make more TV, it's to give Tammy ownership of her story. For years, she was portrayed as the difficult one, the obstacle. But now, she has the power to redefine her narrative. A spin-off would allow her to show who she truly is, strong, self-aware, and inspiring. Everything changed after her weight loss. Weight loss didn't just transform Tammy's body. It changed her mindset, her relationships, and her sense of purpose. Before, she often pushed away her family, feeling isolated and judged. But after her transformation, her dynamic with Amy, Chris, and Amanda shifted dramatically. They no longer needed to rescue her. They could finally enjoy her company. Tammy began attending family gatherings with energy and enthusiasm. She laughed more, argued less, and opened her heart again. Even her romantic life began to evolve after the tragic loss of her husband, Caleb Willingham. Losing Caleb in 2023 was a devastating moment for Tammy. Yet, instead of retreating into despair, she chose to honor his memory by continuing her progress. In interviews, she's spoken about finding peace and learning to heal. Her resilience is what makes her so compelling. After everything, the hospital stays, the loss, the loneliness, she kept going. And in doing so, she showed the world what true strength looks like. Now, fans see a different Tammy, one who smiles, dances, and looks genuinely happy. She's no longer defined by her struggles, but by her survival. The fans have spoken. #Tammy spin-off trends. The idea of a Tammy spin-off isn't just a fantasy. Fans have been calling for it online for months. On Reddit, TikTok, and Facebook groups dedicated to 1,000-pound sisters, hashtags like #Tammy spin-off and #Team Tammy have gained traction. Viewers say they're captivated by her glow-up and want to see more of her personal evolution outside of the Slaton family dynamics. Many also believe Tammy could use her platform to highlight mental health and addiction recovery, areas that reality TV often glosses over. Fans don't just want to see her shop for clothes or go on dates. They want to watch her teach. They want to know how she stays motivated, how she copes with temptation, and how she learned to love herself after years of self-hate. There's a hunger for authentic, hopeful storytelling, and Tammy's life delivers exactly that. The cultural impact of Tammy Slaton. What sets Tammy apart from other reality TV figures is that she embodies the complexity of modern fame. She didn't become famous for being perfect or glamorous. She became famous for being real. Her story speaks to a broader cultural shift in how we view weight, health, and personal growth. For decades, weight loss shows focused on numbers. How many pounds lost? How many inches gone? Tammy changed that conversation. She made it about mental health, emotional healing, and finding joy in the small victories. Even her humor became a part of pop culture. Phrases like, "I'm tired of people talking about my weight," became memes, but what started as internet mockery turned into admiration. People began to respect her authenticity, her bluntness, and her unwillingness to fake it for the cameras. Now, as she stands healthier and happier than ever, Tammy represents something revolutionary, self-reinvention in real time. She's proof that people can change, no matter how deep the hole they're in. Her spin-off wouldn't just be a show, it would be a message of hope for millions. The story's still unfolding. Tammy's next chapter. Tammy's transformation isn't the end of her story, it's the beginning. A spin-off could follow her as she explores opportunities that were once out of reach. Maybe she launches a plus-size fashion line, starts a podcast, or collaborates with fitness and wellness influencers. Imagine an episode where she revisits her hometown, not as the woman who struggled to walk, but as someone who now inspires others. Or a heartfelt segment where she meets fans who credit her with saving their lives. Beyond entertainment, her show could also serve as an educational tool, promoting awareness of obesity-related health issues, mental wellness, and the power of second chances. Tammy has already hinted that she wants to travel, see the world, and experience new cultures. Watching her navigate airports, hotels, and adventures would be both emotional and uplifting. Fans could join her as she conquers fears she once thought would define her forever. The emotional power of Tammy's journey. Part of what makes Tammy's story so gripping is the raw emotional honesty behind it. She's cried, screamed, laughed, and broken down on camera. But through it all, she's let viewers see the real person, unfiltered and flawed. Her vulnerability has made her one of the most relatable figures in reality TV. Everyone has struggled with something: addiction, depression, self-doubt, and Tammy's courage to confront those struggles publicly has resonated with millions. A spin-off centered on her emotional and mental growth could explore therapy sessions, coping mechanisms, and the ongoing battle of maintaining progress. Because weight loss isn't just a before and after, it's a lifelong journey. Watching Tammy navigate that reality, setbacks and all, would offer a level of authenticity that few shows can match. The business case for TLC. Why it makes sense. From a network perspective, giving Tammy her own spin-off is a no-brainer. 1,000-Pound Sisters remains one of TLC's highest-rated series, and Tammy's episodes consistently draw the most attention online. Her name trends after nearly every new season premiere, and her TikTok presence alone reaches millions. A solo show would not only maintain the existing fan base, but also attract new viewers who admire stories of transformation and resilience. TLC has a history of creating successful spin-offs, from 90 Day Fiancé to The Little Couple. Tammy's journey fits perfectly within that model. With her newfound independence, charisma, and global recognition, she's ready to anchor her own franchise. The potential for brand collaborations, health sponsorships, and even motivational speaking engagements would make the spin-off both financially and emotionally rewarding. Tammy's message: it's never too late to change. If there's one thing Tammy Slaton's story has taught us, it's that change is possible, no matter how hopeless things seem. Her transformation isn't about vanity or fame. It's about survival. It's about reclaiming the life she once thought was over. It's about showing others that their worth isn't defined by their mistakes or their size, but by their willingness to fight for themselves. A spin-off would give Tammy the platform to spread that message to an even larger audience. It would let her show the world not just who she's become, but who she's still becoming. Tammy Slaton, from reality star to role model. Tammy Slaton's story has always been more than a reality show plotline. It's a testament to the human spirit, messy, imperfect, and undeniably powerful. She's gone from being the most criticized person on TLC to one of the most beloved. She's overcome odds that most people would have found insurmountable. And she's done it all in front of a camera, sharing her pain and progress with unflinching honesty. Now, as she steps into this new chapter of her life, it feels like the perfect time for Tammy to take center stage. A spin-off would be more than just a continuation of 1,000-Pound Sisters. It would be a celebration of redemption, resilience, and rebirth. Tammy Slaton isn't just a TV star anymore. She's a symbol of hope, a reminder that no matter how broken you feel, you can still rewrite your story. And maybe, Just maybe, that's the show the world needs right now.